All right. Hey, everybody. Whether you're on here live or are watching the recording of this because you weren't able to make it live, I wanted to say welcome and thank you so much for taking the time on your day to watch this. I'll try and make it as short and sweet as I possibly can, while still giving you proper information, right? So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this. I value that, and I value you so much. So I'm just going to share, like I've kind of told you, just a little bit about what I do, like what with health and fitness, and what I do as a coach, and who it's kind of for, and what it's all about, and see if maybe that might be something that you want to do as well. So I wanted to start just by telling like a little bit about my story and how I got started and that kind of thing. So basically I got started over 5 years ago now, which seems insane to even think about, but basically I had gone back to work after my maternity leave after my son, and one of my friends, I was going over to her house pretty regularly, and she had kind of said like, oh hey, do you like, I'm doing this challenge, I'm doing this workout program, do you want to do a workout with me when you come over tonight, like after we're done doing whatever we were doing? And what she didn't know is that I was really struggling with, my weight and how I was feeling. I had actually lost all my pregnancy weight like my postpartum weight pretty easily after having my son. But when I went back to work, I had put on about 10 pounds or so, which on somebody who's like 5'4", it makes a big difference. And like a normal frame, it makes a big difference. So I was feeling not super happy, and no one really knew that except for me. But she invited me to do this workout, and I begrudgingly said yes, because at the time fitness was totally not my thing. I didn't like anything to do with that. I was a self-dubbed fitness hater. So I did it with her, and like the workout was fine. It was fun, lively, whatever, as far as workouts go. But what had happened afterwards is that she had told me about this group that she was a part of and this challenge that she was doing, that where she could like go into this group and talk about her workout. We took like a sweaty selfie together, and she posted about it, and then a bunch of other women kind of commented back and kind of said like, good job, and that kind of thing. And she talked about how she had a coach that she could go to, that kind of helped point her in the right direction and helped encourage her, and that her coach did like giveaways and prizes in the group and that kind of thing to help incentivize people and help keep them accountable. And I thought to myself, since I had tried so many different things in the past with health and fitness, only to have them fail after a couple of weeks when life happened, things got too busy, I could never really make anything stick, despite the fact that even though I was a self-dubbed like fitness hater, I actually really deep down longed to be healthy and fit. And so I thought maybe having this community, this online community, was something that I had been missing in the past. And maybe that could be something that could help, make this more of a lifestyle instead of just like a start and stop kind of thing. And so after some consideration, I had joined the group with her. She introduced me to her coach. They had previously worked together. And then I got started, and much to my hesitant surprise, having the group dynamic really was what catapulted my success. So I always say that it was number one, having the group and the group atmosphere, and having other women who supported me and who cheered me on. Like that was number one. And then number two was definitely doing a same program and a same challenge together with other people, and you don't want to fall behind the group and that kind of thing. And that's what made it a daily practice for me 5 years later, after 2 more kids, still a daily practice. So that's kind of like my story and how I got started with the health and fitness part. And then as far as the coaching part is, I started getting the wheels turning, and I started really enjoying doing the health and fitness, and I just like, I was seeing what my coach was doing, and I was enjoying the group, and I was enjoying doing well at the group, but I was like, I was like, okay, I feel like I keep doing really well, but I'm like, I just need something more. Like I just had this tugging inside of me that I just wanted a little bit more. And I thought about like, if I ran a group, like how it would look different and how it would be the same and how I would do it. And I'm very much so like self-motivated like that. I like to be busy. I'm just that type of person. Not that you have to be that way to do this, but I was just very much so like, this would kind of be cool to do. So my coach had, kind of had this conversation with me, like, you know, have you ever thought about coaching before? And I told her no, even though I had, I was like, oh no, like I couldn't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't have time. I don't have time. How many times have I heard that now from other people, not just with coaching, but with health and fitness as well? Like, I don't have time. I don't have time. But I just kept feeling this tugging on me of being like, you should look into this a little bit more. So I asked my coach like 50 bazillion questions. And that's why I always say that I'm a complete open book and that no question is too out there, because I've probably asked whatever question you're thinking, plus like 1,700 more. I was extremely hesitant, extremely skeptical of doing this. But I finally did commit after some consideration, and I'll get into that a little bit more. But I finally did commit, and honestly, I never looked back. There have been, peaks and valleys and hard times and not hard times, and I've been more into it sometimes than other times, partly because of babies and life changes and COVID and whatever else I want to blame. But it's been something that's always been there for me, and I'm so grateful that I decided to, like I said, take the leap and do it. And then I didn't. It's funny because, and I'll get into this a little bit more, is when I kept saying, I don't have time, I don't have time. I had this conversation with my coach, and I said, like, how long does it really take you to do your business? And she said, it really depends on the day. Like some days it's a couple of hours, some days it's, like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. That's about it. That's all I have time for. And I saw her super successful, and I saw her coach actually very successful, was able to, come home from her job, brought her husband home from working up north, away from home, was never home, and was able to have like a 6-figure income through coaching. And she lives here, like about 40 minutes away from me. And I just saw something that, that there was a potential there. And I just thought, like, why not me too? And so I've since then, like a few years later, like now I'm at the point that I'm, really growing so that I can finally like just completely close up shop on my career that I had previously. I'm currently not working there anymore, but I am still technically on paper employed there, which I don't want to be anymore. So I have big dreams, big goals, and I want to help other people have those same dreams and goals. Okay. Also, if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at notes to make sure I stay somewhat on track. Okay. So that's kind of a little bit about my story and where I came from and where I'm going. Now, as far as, the health and fitness side of things. So with fitness, it's honestly like the platform that we have is so incredible. It's so amazing. I always tell people that, there is something for everyone on the platform. There's over 2,500 different workouts on the platform. There's an app that you can use basically anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection. There's also a website if you prefer to do something on a computer. Like I Chromecast my phone to my TV, and that's how I work out. And it's really great because everything is all like on the website, on the app, all encompassing. Like I run my group on there. You don't have to do that, but I run my group on there. Nutrition's on there. Recipes are on there. Like I use the app, the nutrition and fitness app, pretty much as I use social media. Like I'm on it a lot. There's meditations on there. There's really just tracking. There's a ton of stuff on the app, and it's so valuable. And with the workouts, it's really great because, like I said, there's something for everyone. Like there's such a huge variety of everything from like 10-minute workouts to 90-minute workouts, everything from like your regular like toning, muscle building, cardio, to like yoga and dancing and bar and boxing and MMA. Like there's really just something for everyone, regardless of, your fitness level, where you come from, whether you've been doing it for 5, 10, 15 years, there's something for everyone. And that's what I love so much about it. It's so, so versatile. And then as far as like the nutrition part goes, like I said, it's all kind of in the same app, the same website. And it's really great because when most people get started, they will get access to 2 different nutrition programs. So the nice thing is that they're both based on clean eating principles. So it's none of this like, save up all your food for like a bad meal and like don't starve yourself all day so that you can, have something healthy. No, it's really like a very holistic way of eating. It's very healthy, it's very nutrient dense, it's very vegetable based, but it's not boring. And that's what I love so much about it, because there are a ton of different recipes on there, everything from like your normal like breakfast, lunch, dinner, to drinks, to snacks, to treats, like really just something for everyone. And there's every week a couple more recipes get added on, and they don't take any away, so you just keep getting more and more stuff. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but with the fitness, it's the same thing, is that we get more workouts every couple of months, and they don't take anything away. Like you just keep getting more and more stuff, so you'll never run out of stuff to do. And going back to the nutrition, like it's so great because like I have 3 kids, and we, especially our dinners, like we feed them what we eat. And so I like, not everything they're gonna like, but with a lot of stuff, like it's very easy. Like it's not just basic food of like, fed like broccoli and steamed rice and like chicken or anything like that. Like it's like cauliflower nachos, different ways to incorporate veggies, that kind of thing. So I find it very, very valuable, and my kids love a lot of the stuff on there too. So I never get bored of the food. I absolutely love it. And then there's also support, like a community support on Facebook for each of the 2 nutrition programs. So I mentioned that there are 2. One is more like about portion control, and it's a bit more strict, which some people really need. And the other one's a little bit more loose and more based on like your mindset and putting things on a plate and proportions and that kind of thing. And it's a little bit more figuring out what works for you. So I have clients doing both. It kind of just depends on what's going to work for you and what you can stick with. So that's really cool as well. And then there's a ton of different resources that, like I said, get added on like once a month, like different things you can work on with your mindset or emotional eating, or like how to eat at events, and just different things, different topics you can work on every month that is like so, so valuable. And that the really cool thing is that it's not just about like a structured plan. It's really breaking down the walls of like, why are you wanting to eat sweets every night, or what are these habits that you're creating. It's about the mental part as well, which I think is really cool. And the other really amazing thing is that it's not just about weight loss, it's about eating healthy for life. Like I follow the same nutrition plan regardless of where I'm at, and there's different things you can do if you want to like gain weight or put on some muscle, or maintain. Like it's really just trying to eat good foods for life, which is why I say that we kind of feed our family that way too. It's not like I'm trying to make my kids lose weight. So that's the part that I really, really like about it the most. Like it's very much so a holistic way of doing things, which I really value. I don't like the yo-yo diet, up and down, it's fuel your body, eat healthy for life. And that's what I really, really enjoy about it. And then going back to kind of what I already touched on a little bit, the biggest thing, and what I said at the start with my story, is the biggest thing that sets this apart is the support and community. Because most fitness platforms out there don't have the community support, and the ones that do, I think, are more successful, because it's very hard to do this alone. Like, yes, you have to take ownership for yourself, but there is strength in numbers. And I've talked to a lot of women in particular that they're like, oh, my husband like totally supports me with my health and fitness, but it doesn't encourage me the same way or motivate me the same way as like, my best friend or something like that. So there really is something different about having that community aspect and having like the support and just other women just cheering you on. Like it really, really does help. And I have a very tight-knit community, so everybody really treats each other on a level playing field. It doesn't matter if you knew each other previously or not. We're all there to encourage and support each other, and that's the main goal. And then the cool thing about the app as well is, like I kind of already mentioned, there's like tracking and progress. You can track your progress on there as well. You can track your food, you can track your water, keep track of it, keep track of your workouts, keep track of weight loss if that's what you're after. So that is a really, really cool feature as well. Like I said, I am on that thing multiple times a day. And then the community and the support feature of it is so great. Like you just really have, like I said, it's all kind of in the same app. So you have this really awesome, fit community, like-minded people who are just really encouraging and supporting each other, which just, it makes such a big difference. You pull up the app first thing in the morning, you don't want to do your workout, but then you see all these other people who have already done it today, and you're like, man, if they can do it, I can do it too. I don't want to fall behind. That's the big thing that really sets this apart. And then the accountability piece, like not only with, having, if you're doing the same program as somebody else, you're like, oh, I don't want to fall behind and that kind of thing. Like there is that mental part to it as well. But I also, on my groups, I do lots of different things for accountability. Like I do daily check-ins, and then I give away prizes for those check-ins, and I share extra tips and tricks and insights and lots of fun stuff. And it's just this really awesome place that you just want to show up for, and you want to keep showing up for with your health and fitness and showing up for yourself. So it's honestly like no other. I don't think that I would have ever been able to figure this out on my own. I don't think that I would ever be in the place that I am now with my health and fitness had it not been for this community aspect. That is what separates us and makes us so much different. So that's a little bit about the health and fitness and the support part of it, which is, it's foundational. It really, really is. And I always go back to, that is the number one priority, regardless of whether you come in wanting to learn how to coach and to start your own business, or whether you just want to get started with your health and fitness. No matter what, health and fitness is number one. So just a couple of things that I wanted to touch on about coaching specifically. So I already shared a little bit, about my story and that kind of thing and how I got started. And I've already talked a little bit too about how I thought, I didn't have time. And then like I talked to my coach, and there were so many reasons why I wanted to start as a coach. Like I said, I wanted to kind of like run my group my own way, wanted to make it my own, that kind of thing. But also I wanted to stay a lot more accountable to my own health and fitness. So I kind of felt like I was in a point where it's like, I was showing up, but like I just wanted to like tighten things up a little bit, like not myself, but like my habits, I guess you could say. And so my coach had kind of said to me, like, if you're here, if you're a coach, your job is to help inspire others, and you show up for other people. And so many people are more likely to show up for others than for themselves, especially women. It's just, how we are. And so that was something that I really considered. I'm like, it was just that extra bit of, accountability, like accountability to others. Like I need to set the example. I'm not just like here to show like as an equal, but I'm here to some extent as a leader as well. And so I put a lot more, value on that, like it. And I think that has been, I've really, really recognized recently that with some of my people who have gotten started, who have decided not to coach, they've kind of fallen off of their own health and fitness. And I think that had they decided that they wanted to coach, it would have helped them, keep on with their health and fitness. Because like I said, it's something outside of yourself. Like, you feel good in yourself, and then you want to pour into other people, and it makes a humongous difference. So that was a big reason of why I wanted to get started. Another big reason, and I kind of already touched on this, is that I really wanted something for me. Like I already said, I wanted to create my own group and that kind of thing. But I kind of went through this progression of life where it was like, you know, I went to school and then I went to post-secondary, I got a job, I got engaged, still working, got married, was doing some other stuff. And I just like went through this very like quote unquote normal stage of life, progression of life. And I had done all these things, but then I realized that I never really had something for myself. So when I'd meet new people, they would ask me like, oh, like, what are your hobbies? Or like, what do you do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I didn't really have anything. Like, sure, growing up, like I played some sports and that kind of thing, but nothing really that I really honed as my own and it had for myself. And so this was just a way that like this, I wanted this to be my thing. Um, adding on that it would help me and help me live a better life and feel better and be a better person. And I honestly at the time didn't know how much it could actually like coaching could actually impact myself and being just like a better person. But yeah, it was just something that like I really wanted for myself. Now the funny thing is that like I didn't start this business because like I needed to earn extra money or supplement my income or anything like that. But I will say that in speaking with my coach and asking her when I kept saying, I don't have time, um, I kind of, after asking her, like, how much time is this really going to take me? Because at the time I had a toddler and I was working full time and I really thought that I didn't have enough time. And now I wish that I had the time that I had then. We all think that we're busy and a lot of us are, and it's our own busy and it's our own reality. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I kind of asked her some like income type questions of, you know, how easy is it to make money? And, you know, how does that work? How can you earn money? How quickly does it happen and that kind of thing? And having the ability to have my own business and be able to do something that was not only going to be an outlet for me, but it was also going to help me with my health and fitness, which is foundational for life, but also make me a better person overall. That was almost enough for me to do it and just do it for free, honestly. But the kicker was that I could also make a little bit of extra money doing this because it was like, I don't want to take time away from, my family and not get anything in return. So having the income piece of it that I could earn just a little bit of money for my time basically is how I looked at it. That was enough for me to be like, yes, I want to do this. And to be completely honest, I was quite surprised after even just like um, the first month I was really figuring out my way and that kind of thing. So, but I still made like $80 in a month when I was doing like full-time training and that kind of thing, figuring that back then, that's what people used to do, is we used to do like hardcore intensive training, which we have learned as coaches that it's not as effective as it once was. But my second month, which was December, when everybody tries to say that they're, so busy with Christmas and holidays and whatever, I earned like a couple $100 pretty easily. So not easily, but you know what I mean. So I was honestly pleasantly surprised with the time that I was putting into it and what I was getting back in return. And of course, I mean, that was when I just got started. So it's very much so grown since then. And I know, like I already mentioned at the start, that I know that it has the potential to grow more because I've seen so many other people do the same thing, do the same actions, just longer over time. They're able to put a little bit more time in it. They're able to just find their groove and figure it out. And they're able to make like a very substantive full-time income in not as many hours a day as a full-time job, just saying, and they can do it on their own time. So I see such a potential in this business, not only for myself, but for others as well. And yeah, like once I got started, yes, the money part was great. And yes, having my own thing was great. And that's kind of what I went in it for. But I've realized once I got started how much of a gift this business truly is. I didn't realize that there was this whole other community of, coaches that you can team up with and you can share ideas with, and you can figure out like what they're doing that works for them and what's working for you, and collaborate. And I didn't realize that there was events that you could go to, and trips you can go on, and incentives and prizes that the company gives you, and things you can win and earn, and bonuses, and just like my mind, I'm sure, exploded. um I was able to go, like, we just had our annual Coach Summit event just last weekend. I watched from home, very, very much so zoned in to it. I took like, I'm pretty sure like 20 pages worth of notes. But I was able to make it to uh, the Coach Summit. The year that I started in November, and I was able to make it to Coach Summit the following June. It was in Indianapolis, and that was when my mind really, really blew up, because I had gone to a few events locally. We have like quarterly events, like in the city and that kind of thing, which have like 50 to 100 people at them, which are great. You get to work out with other people, and you get to see other people, and learn what's coming up and that kind of thing. But Coach Summit is what really kind of exploded my brain, because you see like 20,000 coaches in a stadium, or like working out in the streets downtown with all of the trainers that we work out with on TV, but it's in person. It's absolutely mind-blowing. The energy, the excitement, it's insane. And then the really cool thing that I got to do just this last year, because of course all kind of events and travel and all of that was kind of put on hold for a little while because of COVID, which we all know. But last year, I actually earned a trip to go to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. I earned a trip for me and my husband. I think I had to pay like a deposit or something like that, and our flights, but I was able to earn the entire hotel stay. I basically got an invite to the trip from my hard work from the year before. And then throughout last year, I worked hard and not only got an income, but also earned my way to earn my hotel stay as well. So I didn't have to pay for it at all, which was just absolutely insane. And there's so many things like that, like things that I haven't even tapped into yet, that I can't wait for my future, and for your future, that if that's something that you want, you can totally achieve it. And I know that I can totally achieve it. And whatever you want, like, if you're willing to put in the work, like, you can do these things just like me. It doesn't take any special effort or skill or anything like that. It's diligence, it's figuring it out, it's putting in some work, but you don't have to like look a certain way or be a certain way or anything like that. I truly believe that this business is for everyone. It's for every personality type. It's for every race, gender, whatever you want to call it. It's truly for everyone. Every personality can make this work, whether you're shy and introverted or extroverted. There really is something for everyone, whatever that looks like for you. So what I do, like what I do with my new coaches, is I work with them. Number one, I always say that, like I already mentioned, that number one is health and fitness. So I want to work with you with your health and fitness first. And then also, once you kind of get a good handle on that, which honestly doesn't take very long, it's not complicated. It really, really isn't. And then also work with you one-on-one and side by side on your business as well. Like, teach you, mentor you, work with you one-on-one. That's how I like to train my people, is just really one-on-one, asking questions, figuring out along the way until you kind of have your stride and you kind of can run with it. And that's what's so cool. I love mentoring new people and teaching them, what I do and what the potential is, and just, yeah, like wherever you want to go with this, like you can do it. So in closing, I just wanted to say like a couple of things. I feel like doing this business has seen me through a lot of good times and bad times, a lot of dark times and light times. But honestly, in some of those times, I don't think I would have come back to health and fitness had it not been for coaching. I really truly believe that. It's what has drawn me back into, health and fitness, back into the light, back into the good, back into projecting my life forward instead of keep falling back. And sure, sometimes I do take, steps back and leaps forward, and that's just life. But I'd rather be progressively working my way forward than just slipping back. So what was I going to say? Oh, yes. Just that I just feel like if I can do this as somebody who is like a self-proclaimed like fitness hater, like, entrepreneurship hater, all of that, like I truly feel like anyone can do this business. If I can do it, like I just think that I'm like this oddball that I shouldn't have been able to do this, but I was able to make it work, and I love it now, and I would not have it any other way. Like I truly believe that this business is so different than anything else out there. We are there to help other people, not just with, honestly, just with everything. I don't even know how to describe it. It's, with your health and your fitness, with feeling better, with your mental health, with feeling better, doing better in life. Like, yes, there is the financial aspect of it too, and that all ties in. It's all just this all encompassing of like, I just want to help you, help more people, help you with whatever goals you want to work towards being a better person and living the most deserved life that you deserve to live. I definitely think that my life is forever changed as a result of saying yes to this business and for continuing on with it. There's been such, like I've already said, hills and valleys, hills and valleys, peaks and valleys throughout the last, 4.5 years since I started coaching. But, there will always be that in anything in life, and it's just a matter of pushing through, and that's like, growth is what makes us better as people, right? And I truly believe that, that anything is possible, and I can see the top. I'm going, and I want you to come with me. I want to teach you how to do what I do. All right, that's about it from me. If there's any questions, you can definitely let me know. Message me directly. Like I said at the start, I am a complete open book, so please feel free to ask me any questions that you have, any comments, any concerns, anything like that. But I think that's it from me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this, and I hopefully look forward to chatting with you soon and getting you started. I'm super excited. All right, see you later.